Alright, welcome back everyone. The Random Man is here to play Monster Hunter Rise. Last time we fought a great baggy.
Then we spent a little time offline.
I spent a bit of time fighting the great baggy again. Just a bit. Just a little bit. Oh yeah, and I also forgot to mention in last episode, but basically how we're going to be doing this is I'm going to be uploading these on, or alternating. So one day we'll do Fire Emblem, the next day it'll be Monster Hunter. Back and forth. Add some variety to the mix. I pretty much ignored everyone else. A few more tutorials popped up, but there was nothing important.
There were tutorials, so...
They'd be like, oh yeah, use your wire bug, wall running, that kind of stuff. It's all stuff you can either watch happen or I have already done. Now then, our next fight will take us against, I think, yeah, Great Rogi is probably the ideal. Or no, I said we'd do Kuliaku, didn't I?
Yep.
Alright, Kuliaku it is. I'm trying to remember what his armor set actually gives in this game. And from what I'm recalling, it's kind of like World, where it's not great, but it's not completely useless.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna use the usual. For now, anyway. Yep. Different animation for the Gathering Hub.
Okay.
Now you have to eat the rest of the dango without a drink.
That'll do.
Okay. I am curious to know what exactly it was that inspired the Monster Hunter team to focus so much on kind of Japanese myth and lore for this game specifically.
Might have something to do with the Nintendo printed on the console. I'm just guessing.
These halls
I suppose you...
once so
I
bustling,
shouldn't talk over this one.
now home to
God,
monsters,
we haven't actually been here.
stalk
Jeez.
and rustling. Hunters beware, not waits but despair.
We're eventually going to stop seeing those because I've noticed that they don't play for online. Like, the Great Baggy has one. But once we go and start doing the offline stuff, which we'll do after we do online stuff, just because I figured it would be funny just to completely body the offline monsters with endgame gear. Like, yeah, that kind of ruins a lot of the difficulty of the game, but at the same time, starting with the more difficult stuff, I mean, I'm still doing the difficult fights. Does it count if I have, people helping me out? Well, given how my last excursion went, yes and no. Okay, that's Azeros. I think I pronounced that right. Oh yeah, there are jewel lilies here. There's a guy in town who can give you great wire bugs. They're essentially just shortcuts.
Okay.
But yeah. Now I just have to... I don't think I've ever actually fought Kuliaku here. So why did I bring the ice knife? Great Baggy set actually increases ice damage. Not sleep damage, oddly enough. Gives you a 2 to sleep resistance, and I probably should have picked up that wire bug, but that's just dumb. Yeah, we put out a request, and no one's joining us, so... Okay, that's Akensam, so of course the literal last thing we come across is going to be the Kuliaku.
You could ride the dog.
No, I can't.
Oh, you can't?
I have Big Mac.
Oh, okay.
So bring it down.
like, once you, like, later into the game, like, Wirebug would become really easy to traverse around with. Get back here. Excuse me, sir, I was talking to you. Sir? Sir?
He seems to be ignoring you.
I am being ignored. You have a moment to talk about our Lord and Savior, the Sword and Shield. Man, I'm bad at this. Let's see. Come here! See, there's the extender. So if I just do this, and kind of keep going. It's important because then I get these dodge up.
He has a jar.
Yeah, he does. I gotta get used to remembering I have a shield, so I don't have to dodge everything.
Didn't he just have a rock and roll?
Yeah, he can pick up different kind of things. Yeah, like, he can pick up an egg, obviously. He can get rocks, he can get jars. Don't know if they gave him anything new. Big Mac throwing a bomb. Missed totally. That rock's gonna be a bit of a threat. If at any point we get walled, like, I can't progress, I will do the offline stuff just because.
Just for more options for armor and equipment.
If, worst case scenario, instead of opening quest, I will just join one in the middle. I don't want to have to do that, but if we can't find anyone to join us, these monsters aren't really meant to be taken down so at least not to my knowledge. And given we are without dog early on, that does kind of lower stuff. The only reason I'm bringing the cat is because the cat is a gatherer. I can, if he's leveled up enough, I can start getting free drops from the monsters, which will reduce my needed grind time.
By maybe 1 or 2 hunts.
Sometimes I can get the rare material, so...
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Oh,
So sometimes I can just null needing to, like, do another 4 hunts altogether.
okay.
I would capture monsters, but I don't have any trank bombs, and I can't buy them yet.
Can you craft them in this game, or?
Yeah, yes you can, I just have to remember I believe it's sleep herb and something else. It's been a while since I've really crafted the more generic stuff, so I've got to remember the recipes. And, yeah. Like I said, I kind of fell out of Monster Hunter because it started going on to consoles I didn't own. So instead, I played things like Tekken and God Eater, which, they're still good games. They're not Monster Hunter, but they're good. They appeal to me for the things they do that Monster Hunter doesn't frickin' do. Like having party members that, aren't animals. Look, dogs and cats are great, but it doesn't replace real people. Not saying the cats and dogs aren't real people, just they,
They can be stupid.
they can. Not to say the cast of God Eater isn't occasionally stupid, but oh, hey, Azeros, which means free wyvern ride. All right, time to beat it up with a big bear. Okay.
Just slammed him into the wall.
Yeah, again, I really need to remember my B's and A's. For some reason, I think it's if I'm being completely honest with you. I'm just, like, wigged out for no apparent reason. Oh, come on! That was a wall! Don't be that guy. Come on. Yeah, I've got to hit both X and A in this case. I just switched to A and B because since the combat is so similar to World, I found it easier, especially with dual blades, so I can do Demon Dance if I'm just hitting what would be triangle and circle, instead of triangle and X. Very awkward to hit. It looks like we're killing a Coolyaku online without any help. This is going to take That's my biggest problem, is these online hunts, if I'm solo, are going to take forever.
You might want to sharpen.
That's probably a good idea.
This should fix it.
Before I got a red sharpen and start bouncing off this. Yeah, like, nobody's joining these quests, so... We'll see how long this quest takes. If I run this quest for like 40 minutes, I'll be really annoyed, but the thing is, like, these, again, were not meant for all.
You mean meant for solo?
Same, yes, you're right. Okay, I am fighting a giant chicken. My brain is somewhere else. And I understand people, you don't want to do the early game quests because, that's a big problem. No one's World did remedy this by offering, like, a reason for late game players to actually help out new players. Because you could get, like, good items and stuff just for helping out people. Which is kind of nice. It meant that, you know, newer players weren't just going to rely on hoping that someone would join. You know, like I'm doing right now.
You hit that. I think it's the black bug. Will he drop the rock with the face?
He might even be up to the face. Yep.
Okay.
I tried to go into demon mode. Yeah, can I get some demon mode for the sword and shield? Do what Tokenen did with its introduced sword and shield. Just the shield, like, juts out a blade and you just go into dual blades. Oh yeah, I didn't use them because I used them not use, obviously. But yeah. You could basically fill up kind of a gauge and then the shield would jet out a small blade and you just would go ham. Alright, he's going to try to beat us with a rock. Nope. I don't tend to fight the lead, so if they added new things for him, I wouldn't actually be able to know. Come here, but drop the frickin' rock. Drop it. Drop it. I don't think we'll die, but we very much might run out of time. Worst case scenario, if we do run out of time, I might just scrap the video. Well, do you think anyone really wants to watch a 50-minute video of us running around fighting a giant chicken?
Probably not.
Yeah, I'm fine with saying this on the live recording. I'd very much be okay with just scrapping the recording and just being 50 minutes of us doing nothing. So if this gets in, that means we killed the thing. Spoiler alert. Okay, he's tired.
He was drooling before you. He ran off, and then he was drooling when you caught back up. So
Yeah, I figured he's gonna go out.
Nobody get away.
I figured he would have gotten something to eat after the first run.
Nah.
Might as well hit a heal bubble.
Oh yeah, I guess I could. I'm really thinking that. Oop. I guess I'm so unused to using the cat now that I just don't really think of it. Am I the best with wire bugs? Absolutely not. I'm answering my own questions here, honestly, but it's true. Okay, is this just another defense up?
I mean, can't.
Nope, tack up.
I was gonna say can't hurt to grab it anyway.
Pretty much. I know there are some in later areas that actually are applied to monsters, so they can get attack buffs.
If they run into it.
Yeah, it's nonsense. Now he's got a jar full of dirt.
Better be wary of Captain Jack Sparrow.
How many parts of that movie do you think were actually scripted?
I'm gonna say most of it.
Because it seems like a lot of parts of it that are like being interviewed and be like, yeah, this wasn't scripted at all.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah. It seems like maybe they had a general idea of what they should act like, and then they just kind of rolled with it. Yeah, that part wasn't scripted, was it? The whole jar of dirt dance.
I don't think so. I haven't looked into any interviews for it.
I think they said, or you told me, someone told me, like, yeah, that part wasn't actually scripted.
I don't remember.
Whatever.
I might have seen something about it once and said something, but...
Got a sushi fish. Good for dealing. Drop the rock. Drop the rock. That's right, I'll hit your tail. Like a dog with teeth. I don't know if my shield can bounce off that. We're about to find out. Frickin'. Okay, looks like I can. Oh no, I can't. You die for me? Nope.
Or imitation of Zoidberg.
Really was. I'm kind of used to having max evade extender because that's kind of the better I run with blade, so I'm used to going just fully behind the monster with one dodge.
Yeah.
I don't know if I actually showed off my dual blade, but yeah, I get pretty far. That's pretty much my goal. Beat the crap out of the monster, run a bit, and yeah. Okay, through the, I think you picked up the jar this time. I don't think I can do this time, I'll be honest with you. He's still hungry, but I think the reason he's not eating is because he's an egg eater. So he needs to find eggs, but there's no egg nest where he can get to my knowledge.
Not in this area?
The only area I can think of is the Rathian nest up top. The last thing he wants to do is piss off a Rathian. So I think it's too low rank for me to actually see a Rathian. No. Okay, what do we got here? Trap bug. Monster. Okay, we'll flee temporarily. That's not exactly what I need, but alright. We had Acnesom in here. I can take advantage of Acnesom. But I don't know which direction this guy would flee into. I will give World one thing. It was nice not needing party members for any mission except for like raids and stuff. But like those weren't main plot anyway. Those Radons. This game kind of says no to that and goes back to old Monster Hunter where you have offline and online quests. Because yeah, this is the glaring flaw. It's just you're gonna hit a point where no one wants to do this quest. And your options are either have friends that play this game, or just don't. Like... So I never really understood why they decided to go back to that. I can understand splitting the plot up into two sections. Why not? Gotta let Minato do something. Besides worry about her sister. 85% of her character right there. I still adore the Wyvern.
I shall put this to good
Carve the
use.
Suzuki while Big Mac throws bombs at Kuliku. See, I don't know how much health this thing has. I will give Tokiden that. Being able to see an actual health bar on the creature occasionally definitely helps, so I know if I'm even hurting this thing. So if I go into a thing in Tokiden, and I see that I ain't doing anything... Oh, I am hurting this thing. That's what I'm talking about. That's the only indicator that I know I'm hurting it.
Oh, up in the top right.
Yeah, you can see it's capturable, which means that it's limping.
Okay.
Which means the next time it runs, it's going to try to stop.
Well, that is an indication. So
Well, yeah, but I have no other way of knowing. I don't know how much damage I'm actually doing to this thing. I don't know how much health it's losing. That's my problem. I think, though, from now on, we're just going to join quests because...
you need to eat a...
They do need chomp on a ration real quick. Chomp on another ration real quick. Stop with your rock, dude.
Thanks for the support.
Yeah, this mission's coming up, dude. Yeah. I mean, okay, it's not bad, but definitely 10 minutes longer than any offline quest would be. Can I ask how the cat poisoned him?
Does the cat have the ability to throw stuff?
He might, but I know that I don't have access to poison weapons yet. We haven't fought the Great Rogi. Great Rogi's definitely a kind of creature that I definitely want to fight a few more times than I normally do. Come here, buddy.
Probably should have sharpened.
Well, to be fair, I don't think I have to worry about that much. Yoink! Alright, let's not screw this up this time.
Observe how it's done.
There. Yeah. Oh, hey, I broke something on him. Yes. Come on. That's what I wanted. Okay. Mounted Punisher. This probably won't kill it, but it's definitely going to do quite a bit of damage.
This'll do for now.
Fun fact, actually, about mounted Punishers and stuff. Any damage done by someone that's a mounting monster can't actually hit players. Guy was riding like a Zenogre, and yeah, I would have been hit full on by that Zenogre's attack. Nothing. Yeah, I definitely should have sharpened, but until you could be down for a little longer. I could always cause it to flee and then chase after it afterwards. I guess I'm so used to keeping the pressure on since I use the dog. You know what?
Brace yourself!
Go trap bug.
This should fix it!
Ha!
Be careful!
Oh, he didn't run, but I did get a free sharpen. He dropped his rock. Okay. Yeah. The Great Baggy Armor actually is a lot stronger, though. Since we're not fighting an elemental creature, it doesn't matter as much, but... Base armor you start with, 1 defense each. Great Baggy, 10. So yeah, we went from like 5 defense to 50.
Okay.
So I'd say, yeah, we've definitely gotten a little stronger now. Down so I can hit him.
Nope.
Alright. Stamina buff at least. Drop the dang rock.
Brace yourself!
Thank you. Never mind. Like, drop the Where's Aknasom when I need him? I do that for the cat. so bad at this. One hit.
And you danced around him.
Yeah. I'm still not totally used to it. I did
Myself.
train a little bit in like the training grounds and stuff with it, but I'm still not great at it. Okay, so yeah, I think that hunt's gonna come out to be about 20 minutes long.
Mm.
See, it's not a huge issue, but honestly, I'd rather get a few hunts in a video if I could, rather than every video be one monster.
Yeah.
Stuff up there. Run. Yoink. Hey, an Anadobra.
Laughably easy.
Yep. I do like what they did with endemic life in this game. Making like half of them just items that you can use.
Hmm.
So yeah, those items plundered. That's all stuff gathered by the Palico.
Okay.
I figure this would allow us to, at least not have to grind as much.
Yeah.
Sure, we won't have a dog to easily move around areas, but that should be fine. So yeah, I think from now on we'll definitely be just joining quests because who cares?
Okay.
It seems like it would be a lot faster to do that, to find another group. Sure, we won't be the first one to encounter the monster or anything like that, and, it might seem a little cheap, but it's a lot better than every fight being longer. Like, once we get to Rathalos, I'm not going to be able to solo that. So, finding someone else that's struggling and helping them out, along with helping ourselves do that, probably the best thing.
Okay.
But that is probably going to be it for this time. Next time we'll fight Great Rogi.
Sure.
I could do with some poison.
Hmm.
So yeah, next time we'll be fighting Great Rogi and maybe Lagombi. I think I might just ignore Actisom since I'm weak to fire. Actually, we could just fight Great Rogi and either Lagombi or Great Izuchi. So I'll let you choose about those two. But yeah, next time, Great Rogi. See you guys then.
Later.